The story's long, but it's a fun story. I had gone to college at Rutgers. We both went to Rutgers. She graduated, I went.
He just fell short, though.
just short of finishing. Ended up opening a construction company, buying a flower shop. I was married. Comedy was in the boom. I'm gonna try and do stand-up. I had the bug. I did an open mic in this room, as a matter of fact. It was a dance club. Rascals blackballed me. I reversed the saying, if you can't beat them, join them, or I can't join you, I'm gonna beat you. And I opened a club at the Clarion in Edison. That went great till it didn't go well. At this point, I'm going through a divorce. I have no money. Tom Bogdan, the city planner, I have a spot for you. And when he brought me here, it was this club. I took the club and opened up on December 23rd, 1994. 6 weeks later, she walked in.
Here we are, 23 years later. We've been involved with a lot of nonprofits and charities through the Stress Factory. One of our biggest ones is for breast cancer awareness with the Christina Walsh Foundation. It started about 11 or 12 years ago. Her parents, Al and Susan One, came to us. They were very distraught. Their 30-year-old daughter had just passed away. She had a little baby, newly married. I'm gonna choke up. And they were so upset, and they just wanted to keep their daughter's memory alive. And they wanted to raise money. And when they first came to us, they really didn't know how to start a fundraiser. And over the years, they've become friends of ours, and it's a year-long process of planning it, and we really try to help them keep their daughter's memory alive and keep growing funds for breast cancer awareness. We are heavily involved in autism awareness. We've done that for many, many years. And we donate thousands and thousands and thousands of tickets every year. You know, we feel like it's good to give back.
I have a big family. I have 6 kids, and it's a lot of kids. I don't recommend it for everybody. I kind of have like a mutual fund type situation of kids. I have them all over the map. I have a 32-year-old who gets wild when I tell people she's 32. She looks very young. You look very young. Down to a 5-year-old, and everybody's doing well in their own way. I don't like talking about it because people say, well, you're bragging about your kids. And I have plenty of complaints. Come to dinner. And then you met my wife. Can't do better than that. I'm the weak link, I think. People ask you who inspired you. I've been inspired by a lot of people. My mother, my father, my Pop Warner football coach, one of the most influential guys in my life, Kenny Holgren, who passed away. But before he passed away, passed on a legacy of don't let the world beat you. You know, you keep trying, that whole coach mentality. I'm inspired by my wife. She's just one of the most compassionate people. And she's just a driven person, and she's a giver. And she inspires me. I get inspired by my kids. I like to look at people and say, okay, who's doing something right? Oh, I should do that. So it's a pretty wide palette. The work with Damon House, it's really born out of wanting to do something directly to improve the local environment. My wife has always been that way. Her philosophy was very early on that we're all one event away from being in those shoes. So we're going to try to change the outside of that building and make it look like a diamond so that when people go there, they have a sense of pride, and that helps you want to put your life together. And then, of course, we'd like to try and help them expand their facility. You know, we live in a country where there's a lot of people that are in need of help. And if everybody did a little, no one would have to do a lot. So this is our little. Right now, we're recommitting to our involvement with the Chamber. You know, we were involved early on, and it was very, very beneficial. But just through the course of business, you know, and focusing on growing our own brand, we kind of fell inactive. We believe in the city, we believe in the county, and we really think that this is a time for us to not only lend whatever we have to give to the Chamber in terms of what we've learned, but also learn from other successful businesses and just kind of grow that environment. We think the city's become a true hub.
Yeah, it definitely has. And it'll be a destination to come to. New Brunswick has so much to offer.
You know, when you ask about the future of the Stress Factory, I say, okay, first of all, I'm working hard to make sure there's a future. We work very hard. We always run like we're one day away from being out of business. 2 years ago, we renovated. We want to make sure that we're growing here in New Brunswick. Simultaneously, we're opening our second location in Bridgeport, Connecticut. So the future of the Stress Factory involves a lot of coffee, a lot of sleepless nights, and exporting the brand up there. I tell the kids that work for me, you're not just bringing food and drinks to a table. You're crafting someone's night. And I take it very seriously. Some people are here because they want to be here. Some people are here because they need to be here. Some people are celebrating. Some people need a little bit of laughter because maybe they just lost somebody. And we get those stories back all the time. I just had a woman tell me that 10 years ago, her son was essentially very sick and they didn't know if he was going to make it. And he wanted to go see a show that was an adult show. And she goes, not only did you let him in, you gave him tickets. I've never had a chance to thank you. I mean, 10 years down the line, it's like winning the lottery that you hear that story. And the kid made it, which makes the story even better. And he just graduated from Rutgers, he's an engineer. So we want to just keep doing that. I want people to keep telling me that we're doing good work, and they do, I guess.